Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, greeting of virtue. Hello everyone, welcome to International Conference of Multidisciplinary Study 2023. In this special occasion, I am Fanny Yanuarika, a student of Accounting Department, Faculty Economic and Business, Stigubang University, Semarang. I will present the result of study entitled The Effect of Tax Knowledge, Service Quality, Tax Socialization, and Self-Assessment on Individual Taxpayer Compliance. First of all, I will explain the background in this study. Indonesia is a country that has a large income source from taxes obtained from the community as development financing planned by the government. Taxes are obligatory contributions deposited by entities or individuals that are coercive in nature and have been regulated by law to be used and allocated for the prosperity and interests of the people. Tax contributions to finance state expenditure are increasing in dire need of taxpayer compliance support to carry out their obligation responsibly. Next, problem statement. Number 1. How does tax knowledge influence individual taxpayer compliance? Number 2. How does service quality influence individual taxpayer compliance? Number 3. How does tax socialization influence individual taxpayer compliance? Number 4. How does self-assessment influence individual taxpayer compliance? Literature review. Theory of plain behavior. Theory of plain behavior is a theory based on a psychological aspect in which taxpayer behavior towards complaints can arise because there is an intention to comply with taxation. Taxpayer compliance. Taxpayer compliance is one of the contribution is fulfilling their obligation to taxation by reporting SPT correctly and discipline with the aim of developing the country. Tax knowledge. Tax knowledge is knowledge as well as information about taxation that can be applied by taxpayer to carry out strategies in fulfilling tax right and obligation. Service quality. Service is an activity that involves several consumer or property ownership with an element or intangibility and does not result in a transfer of ownership. Tax socialization. Tax socialization is very important to convey to taxpayers because it is for their benefit in fulfilling their tax obligation. For this socialization, a taxpayer will find it easy to obtain information, understanding, and guidance with the aim of increasing taxpayer awareness. Self-assessment. The application of self-assessment is one way to give confidence to taxpayers in depositing, reporting, and calculating their obligation in taxation by the tax authority. Research model. Tax knowledge is X1, service quality is X2, tax socialization is X3, self-assessment is X4, and individual taxpayer complaints is Y variable. Population and sample. The object of this research is individual taxpayer register at the Salatiga Pratama Tax Office. The total population is 256,560 taxpayers. Sampling using non-probability sampling method, which amount to 100 respondents. in determining the number of samples using the Slovene formula can be seen in the following figure. Research method. First, data type by using quantitative descriptive. The second, data source by using questionnaires. Third, data collection by using Likert scale. Strongly disagree score 1, disagree score 2, neutral score 3, agree score 4, and strongly agree score 5. Next, this is a table of respondent data. Validity test. Based on the result of testing the validity of all questions on the variable of text knowledge, service quality, text socialization, self-assessment, and taxpayer compliance used in the questionnaire were declared valid because R count is greater than R table, greater than 0.1966. Reliability test. Based on the result of the reliability test, it showed that all ground-based alpha values are greater than 0.60, so that it can be said that all research instruments are reliable and can be used to carry out further tests. Can be seen in the following table. This is the result of the regression test. Next, discussion. The effect of text knowledge on individual taxpayer compliance. From the result of statistical tests that have been carried out, it showed that there is a positive and significant influence between the independent variable of text knowledge on individual taxpayer compliance. It can be seen from the result of the regression test with the calculative value where the significant value is 0.001 less than 0.05 and the regression coefficient has a positive value of 0.292. That is, the better the knowledge of taxation, the better the compliance of individual taxpayer. Hypothesis 1 accepted. The effect of service quality on individual taxpayer compliance. From the result of statistical tests that have been carried out, it showed that there is a positive and significant influence between the independent variable of service quality on individual taxpayer compliance. It can be seen from the statistical result of the regression test with the calculative value with a significant value of 0.036 less than 0.05 and the regression coefficient has a positive value of 0.200. That is, the better the quality of service, the better the individual taxpayer complains. Hypothesis 2 accepted. Next, the effect of tax socialization on individual taxpayer complaints. From the result of statistical tests that have been carried out, it showed that there is a positive and significant influence between the variable of tax socialization on individual taxpayer complaints. It can be seen from the result of the regression test with the calculative value with a significant value of 0.043 less than 0.05 and also the regression coefficient has a positive value of 0.208. That is, the better the socialization of taxation, the better the compliance of individual taxpayers. Hypothesis 3 accepted. The effect of self-assessment on individual taxpayer complaints. From the result of statistical tests that have been carried out, it showed that there is a positive and significant influence between self-assessment variable on individual taxpayer complaints. It can be seen from the statistical result of the regression test with the calculated value with a significant value of 0.024, which is less than 0.05, and the regression coefficient has a positive value of 0.270. That is, the better the self-assessment, the better the individual taxpayer complaints. Hypothesis for accepted. Conclusions. Tax knowledge has a positive and significant effect on individual taxpayer complaints. Service quality has a positive and significant effect on individual taxpayer complaints. Tax socialization has a positive and significant effect on individual taxpayer complaints. And self-assessment has a positive and significant effect on individual taxpayer complaints. The result of this study strengthened the theory regarding the relationship between the four variables and also provide implication for tax manager so that they can increase taxpayer complaints through increasing tax knowledge, service quality, tax socialization, and self-assessment. That's all my presentation, and thank you so much for your nice attention.